Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First things first, nothing I say or post is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Now I know you guys have questions. Where did I go? Why did I go AWOL? How come I haven't been posting? Few things. I posted updates on my channel posts where you can see my predictions and short analysis. I'll link it in the description box below, but more importantly, nothing has changed and my previous video is still valid. Shortly after my post, we had a strong rally up, and after that rally, I had posted that we're in a cooling off period and predicted a move up to $30 to $33 before having another consolidation period. But as always, corrective waves take their sweet time, so there was nothing new to update. I had again posted saying that there is a gap to be filled from 2363 to 2390, which was this one here. This gap, this small gap over here, which we can fill without breaking any of the Elliott wave theory rules, which we finally filled after trading, after days of just trading downwards. Which I have mentioned in my previous video, Gamestop loves to fill gaps, so the gap fill was not something new or unexpected. Afterwards, I posted an update saying that 3540 is coming soon, but of course that was too early of a call and we didn't finish our corrective wave yet. However, even with the price action we have had, nothing has changed, and I still expect a move up to the $30 range. So as I've said in my past videos about GameStop, the price structure still looks to be in a leading diagonal, and until it is either completely confirmed or completely invalidated, there's nothing to update. There's really nothing. Additionally, I have been trading crypto, so I wasn't even following GameStop's price action, as I knew it was just building its price structure with this. And lastly, I will admit this. I expect and theorize a NASDAQ and SPY to top in January of next year, in at least Q1 of 2026. However, with GameStop's price action, I'm uncertain of how it's gonna play out for GameStop. So with my flawed theory, I didn't think it seemed right to theorize the price action or price structure because it didn't follow my overall theory of a market top in January. But I'm not here to spread FUD. I'm here to look at price structure. So without further ado, let's take a deeper look into GameStop. So on the daily time frame, we see that the price has respected this parallel channel that I drew way back months before and has had made higher lows, which is also very bullish. We saw an impulsive move up to approximately $28 for this, $28.10 I guess. And now we're in this corrective wave over here. Again, we retraced back down to approximately 88.6% since the previous low, which GameStop loves to retrace back to. So nothing the price has done should surprise any long-term holders. So all in all, everything we see is bullish. Now the hard part, predicting price structure for GameStop. So let's first look at the bearish side, because whether you're long or short, you should always have a bearish outlook and a bullish outlook. The bearish analysis goes as follows. The larger wave 2, which I had over here, which I moved, this is over here, is incomplete, and we are going lower into this purple box to complete an expanded flat correction, because the previous move up, which is this one, had a higher high than the previous high here. So we can say that if wave 2 is incomplete and is not done, we will see a lower low, which, because we have this, if we mark it out, it would be an A into a B into a C, and we would see as this B wave here, because it was higher than this initial corrective wave or correction, we would see that this C wave will likely go lower, breaking this A wave. So it would be an A, B, and a C. That would make this an expanded flat correction. But that would also bring GameStop into super undervalued territory, and I would personally be investing as much as I can into it. Personally, I don't think the larger wave 2 is incomplete. I believe that the wave 2 is done and has been completed back over here. You know what? I just realized I need to update this. These labels, this wave 1 and 2 is wrong. I have not updated the chart, so just ignore that for now. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna delete it, just so you won't get confused. Anyways, as I was saying, the bearish analysis is this having a 1 and then 2 being incomplete. So let me just draw that. If we had this as a 1 and then 2 being incomplete, as this would be an A, B, and a C into an expanded flat. So this is a bearish outlook. 1 into a 2 into a lower low, lower than this $20.75. Now again, I believe that this wave 2 is actually completed back over here, back in 2025, April, May-ish, whatever. I do think that it's completed, not just because of personal bias, but because costs looks to have bottom as well, and we know that they both move in tandem. Now the bullish outlook. This is also the most likely outcome unless it's invalidated by the previous one that I just said. If it breaks this and 2 is not done yet and is going to complete into this box, that would invalidate this bullish outlook. Because for this bullish outlook, what we have is a leading diagonal, right? So we have an ABC move, ABC, ABC, AB, or ABC, something along the lines, because leading diagonals will always move in 3 waves. So we'll see it as A, B, and C, and that's true for the upward movement and the downward movement. And if this is where we are, then I expect the next move to be explosive, like the previous run-ups we had over here, and over here. Because now, assuming that this 3-wave move is already done, we would expect this A, B, and then a C move like this. So that's what makes it bullish. And if the count is correct, where we completed this A, B, and C, we would see this A, B, and C move really soon. And we would be looking to run near this top of the parallel channel like the previous run we had here, before we end up crashing back down to complete a wave 2 move. And we all know that leading diagonals like these will always retrace back down to 78.6 and 88.6%, which is where I have this purple box area in here that I drew before. And again, I did mention all of this in my previous video. The only difference is that if we are in this diagonal, then because it moves in 3 waves, it will mean that GameStop will blast up into making this higher high. Now, if you were to count this as A, B, C, or if you were to count it as A, B, and C, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna be a higher low, and whether it's, you know, this way or the other way, regardless, we're gonna be seeing GameStop make a move up. So basically, if you counted this as A, B, and C, we're gonna see an ABC move. But if you counted this as A, B, and C, then you would see it as A, B, and C move up like that. So this is the way I'm counting it right now. I'm not sure if it's right, but we'll see how it goes. Now I want to add one more theory, the super bullish theory. So if we had a larger wave 2 finish, so I mean this one that we have here, if we had this as the larger wave 2 as a double running flat correction, wherein we have it as A, B, C, and then we have an X move here, and then we have an A, B, and C. If we had a double running flat correction like this, then we would call this an impulsive wave 1 starting from April over here, April 7 over here, as of this year. Now, if this is the case, then we can see that the wave 2, which is essentially this, we can see that wave 2 has respected or touched this 88.6% retracement. But this would mark our previous run as a smaller wave 1, as in this would be this would be our wave 1 into a 2, and then we'd be making a 3, 4, 5, right? So essentially, if this correction, if you take this entire move that we had here, if you called this a corrective wave as a double running flat, then wave 2 would end over here, and this would be our impulse of running wave 1 into a 2, and then we would be in a wave 3. So what makes this move like more bullish is the fact that we won't be retracing all the way back down into this purple box area that I have here. Instead, whatever we make here right now would be the new bottom, and everything that happens next will just be higher highs. Because if I were to draw this out, we would have this as wave 1 into a 2, and then we would expect a wave 3 coming soon, which obviously the most common level for that would be this 1.618 level, which is 52.66. And of course, if we were to draw this smaller wave 1, because again, if this was a larger wave 3, then this move that we just had would be a smaller wave 1 of 3. And as you can see, if it ends up being like this, we see wave 3 around this area, $52, and well, 52.66 to 53.60. But of course, like, it can surpass it and make even higher highs, but the golden ratio is the 0.618. And if this is the case, we will then have the explosive wave 5 to complete the entirety of the larger wave that we have here. And I would expect this wave 5 to complete at a minimum of 237.4, which is up here. And as like I've explained why this is one of the targets, one of the strong candidates of a target in my previous video. But again, this would be one of the likely targets. It doesn't have to stop there. It can obviously go to infinity and beyond. So as always, the higher the completion of wave 3, as in this wave that we have, wave 3, the higher it is, the easier it is for the price to reach even higher Fibonacci levels. And shorts will have to close, since shorts will have to close faster and more abruptly. Obviously, given these scenarios, it's always best to stay realistic and read the chart as it is. So it's basically the most likely situation that we're in right now is the leading diagonal, which we're gonna have to wait, and we're gonna have to wait for GameStop to complete the move. And as always, like, do your own due diligence. After all, it is your own hard-earned money. And I should mention that regardless of the outcome, the overall price structure is mega bullish. We would have to break below the larger wave 2 correction of 1765 to reevaluate the new price levels, and we would have to break the even larger wave 2 of $9.68 down here, over here, to be completely bearish. And with all the earnings and all of the good news from GameStop, I don't ever see it coming back down to this level, or well, this level, let alone this level. So before I end this video, I want to thank you all for watching and being patient with my uploads. Even though it is irregular and spontaneous, I appreciate all of you watching these videos and listening to me speak about my random theories. So thank you all, and I'll catch you guys next time.